All right, we back. We fixed it. What's up, everybody? How's it going, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages? We're live on YouTube. I'm about to hit this live on Instagram. Oh my God, what a win! What a phenomenal game! I'm hyped up, man. Again, I barely have a voice, but I got enough to talk to y'all tonight. This was a phenomenal game. I can't believe it. I don't know how you guys are feeling, but I'm feeling so good after this win. The 49ers are now first place in the NFC West. They're number three in the NFC. Kyle Shanahan has a winning record for the first time in his career. He's over 500, and not only that, they have the most wins in Monday Night Football history. And on top of that, they had their third straight game where they shut out the opponent in the second half. What a game, man! Woo! What a game! I'm hyped up, man. Bailey, what's up? What's up, S Flood? He says he's feeling on top of the world. Look at that. Ayuk 2 touchdowns, Kittle 2 touchdowns, and Debo had a touch. I said Kittle would probably have a big game. I remember I said everybody's sitting there saying Kittle doesn't get the ball enough, and he says, "Hey, give me the ball. I'm going to do big things." They put the ball in his hands, and unbelievable touchdowns. Two big ones. The first one where Jimmy improvised and he ran up the middle and just dotted him up. Oh my God! And then you had Brandon Ayuk, filthy route running. The guy is just a world class route runner, man. Oh my God, dude. He's crazy. He's so crazy, dude. And the Cardinals tried to play tough. It was their Super Bowl, basically backs against the wall. I knew they'd come out hard, but the Niners made the adjustments in the second half, and that's what's the key. The Niners have made adjustments every game for the last three games. They come out and they do not let a team score. Three straight games. They did not let a team score in the second half. That's huge, man. Defense played hard. They played physical. They were hitting them with big time hits. And the great news is there was no injuries after the game that were reported, according to Kyle Shanahan. We'll see how these players feel tomorrow. I'm sure they're going to be super sore, man. Super sore. But hey, that's the price of victory. That was a much needed win. And their first place in the NFC West, man. They just got to handle their business. What a game. Nia says all three phases were firing on all cylinders. Yo, shout out to that team. The special teams played good. Mitch Wishnowsky, Sam Womack, they got to put that boy in the slot. Yo, shout out to Jimmy Ward. Got an interception. He was playing so good in that second half. It was tough on him early. He's not a nickel, but he played the best he could. O-line was exceptional. Trent Williams just, pulverizing people. The funny thing is, right, he tips plays, but they still couldn't stop him, and he was running over defenders. CMC, buttery smooth, man, Mr. Everything, all-purpose guy. And at first I was like, okay, why aren't they giving Elijah Mitchell the ball, right? In the second half, they used Elijah Mitchell, and you kept CMC's legs fresh, and Elijah Mitchell came into the game with fresh legs. It was like a great strategy. They were just willing their opponent down to the ground. They're so physical, man. They're bullies. I love it. This team is just too physical. Oh, man. Kevin Givens, yeah, Laura. He came up the middle and shot through the gap. Nick Bosa had a sack. It's 10.5 sacks for Nick Bosa. He's more than halfway to 20. 10.5 sacks in 9 games. He's playing unbelievable football this year. Juice had a big play. Oh, my God, man. I'm just hyped up. I don't know. I'm going to need a lot of Greenlaw update. Kyle Shanahan said there was no injuries after this game. So he didn't have he didn't report any injuries. So that's good to know. It's going to be Taco Tuesday tomorrow, says Noah. Split carries, keep the legs fresh. I like that strategy. And you know what we got to do? We got to talk about, this is the man of the hour, the player of the game. Let's give him his flowers. Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo, man. This man had 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. This guy's been doubted, counted out. Contract season, this guy's playing for a bag. Every time he wins, he gets money. Every time he wins, he gets money. And you know what? Every day he goes out there and tears it up, it just makes his pockets fatter. His checkbook's going to get bigger. Off season's coming, and teams are going to be looking for Jimmy Garoppolo, man. Unbelievable. Greg Scott Music says, Jimmy Jesus. Jimmy Guwap, man, I can't say nothing bad about him. He played phenomenal. He played great, dude. Extended plays, third down. He made some dimes, like the pass to Kittle was a dime. Like he was just throwing it and dealing, man. Got Kittle open in space. And then you had Debo. He got him open in space. He was finding everybody. He knows how to use these weapons. This team is stacked with talent. So much weapons. CMC, Kittle, Brandon Ayuk, Debo. And today you saw it. Kyle Shanahan was in his bag tonight. His bag tonight, man. An absolute dog walk of the Cardinals. Put them out their misery. Yo, Kyler Murray, now he's going to have a lot of time left for Call of Duty, man. He's going to have all the time he wants for Call of Duty. Unbelievable. Oh, man. I can't believe it. Oh, I'm sick, but I'm hyped. Whoo. Where is Smitty? I don't know. I invited him. He's not coming. Oh, man. O-line played good, man. The whole team. There really was not a bad moment from this team. This team played good. Offense played good. The offensive line played good. The D-line played good. You know, of course, Arizona had their moments. They're going to try to score. They have DeAndre Hopkins. He's a beast. But overall, the Niners played a perfect game. This was the best game I've seen them play all year. All three phases of the game. All three phases. We needed this game big time. This is a run, man. This is a run. This team's going on a run. They got the Saints coming up next. Oh, man. First place in the NFC West. This feels so good. Prediction versus the Saints. I don't want to get cocky. But I already think they're going to get this dub. I already think they're going to take the Saints out. Shed them. Would shed them, baby. Would shed them. Whew. Okay, Norton Lion of Judah says, whatever they did to Jimmy's shoulder and surgery, don't mess with it because we need that Jimmy every game. Jimmy's dealing, man. I love it. Jimmy in Mexico. Yo, he was done. We should play every game. Should play every game in Mexico. Does D-Hop still have me blocked? Yeah, he does. He probably has me blocked for life. Hey, you know what, D-Hop? He earned my respect. He's playing tough, man. But guess what? Brandon Ayuk, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns, man. Phenomenal. Brandon Ayuk, man. He's just becoming this number one wide receiver, cooking up DBs. He played great. Man, you can't say anything. You can't say nothing more. This team was just so good. I know you guys dropped some comments. Who do you guys think balled out? I'm in a haze right now, but I'm hyped. Hyped up, man. Reyes says the special teams played well. They did. Sam Womack, special teams ace. You know who else? Mitch Wishnowsky, man. Mitch Wishnowsky. Man, that guy can punt, right? He can punt, dude. He can freaking punt. Unbelievable. Turned Up Fern says, haven't seen Jimmy this calm in a whole game. Like, yo, Jimmy was just dealing, man. I told you, Jimmy was just out there doing his thing. Just doing his thing, man. Mosey Ward. Mooney Ward, you know what? He played through an injury. I got to give Mooney Ward his respect. He played through the groin injury. He played tough. He played tough, man. See Brendel, though? Oh, man. You see that block on the Debo touchdown? He was just mowing dudes down. Yo, like I said, the whole block, like every level. Ayuk in the second level. You had Brendel making blocks. You had Trent Williams making big blocks. O-line was out there dominant. Like, they were throwing dudes down. The whole O-line was just dropping bodies. Kyle Juszczyk, like every time CMC had a big run, you see like linemen just throwing dudes. I can't believe how good that was like a well-oiled machine. This was Kyle Shanahan in his bag, man. And again, this was the first time he moved to over 500 in his career. He has now a winning head coach, right? He doesn't have more losses than wins. He has more wins than losses overall. And that was a game that you wanted. He was aggressive. They kept pushing. They kept scoring, man. And the run game was just breaking this team down. And just when they thought they were going to put the run out, boom, wide open. Kittle over the middle. Boom, Kittle down the sideline. It was crazy. And then the play to Debo, man, again, with Brendel, crazy, man. CMC, bro. God. The team with CMC is just a different element because he can catch, he can pass, he can run, and he's all purpose. He's all over the field, man. I love CMC, what he brings to this team. CMC is just freaking phenomenal. I love it, man. I love this team. This team has all the pieces. They're bullies, all right? They're bullies. Absolute bullies, man. Is Smitty in the chat? Where's he at? Y'all hop on the YouTube if you want. I'll give you the, Smitty, hop on the YouTube. Eric Davis, hop on the YouTube. We'll get you on the chat. We'll go live with you. But man, what a performance. I mean, again, this was a very good performance, top to bottom. They coached well. D'Amico Ryans made his adjustments in the second half, and they stymied the Cardinals. Cardinals had no answer. They kept getting Colt McCoy. And this is funny, man, because, I got to say this. This morning, everybody was crying. PT. Oh, my God, Colt McCoy. Colt McCoy. Are you serious? You guys were so worried about Colt McCoy, man. Y'all were worried about Colt McCoy? Stop it. I know the team won last year against the Niners. It was a whole different team. They had Drake Kirkpatrick, Josh Norman. That was a whole different team, man. Tonight, the 49ers were the better team. The play calling was there. They executed to perfection. What do we say all week? If they're flawless in their execution and they don't make any mistakes, this was what you're going to see. They're going to be an electric, dynamic offense, and that's exactly what it was tonight. Y'all was crying about Colt McCoy. I was sitting there, and everybody's, well, Raj, well, they look. I could not believe I was just like, yo, everybody was in shambles about Colt McCoy. I was like, come on, man. I couldn't believe it, man. Every Niners took him to work. And now you got D-Hop out there probably pissed off. I'm telling you what, this Hard Knocks, because the Hard Knocks, right, they're following the Cardinals. It's going to be a classic. It's going to be a classic. They're going to be pissed off. And you know what? Kyler Murray's probably out there playing Call of Duty now. Jesus, man. Yeah, Michael, I loved how Shanahan was aggressive. He didn't take his foot off the gas. That's what we need to see. That's what we need to see, man. Jorge Kittle. Yo, Kittle, man. This was the game we needed. Look, Eric Davis says, Colt McCoy. That's the backup's backup. That's the backup's backup, man. Y'all was worried about Colt McCoy. The real McCoy. Jimmy Garoppolo showed him who the real McCoy was. Jimmy came out, man. This is the Jimmy we need. If we get this Jimmy Garoppolo, ain't nobody's beating this team. This is a Super Bowl team. Jimmy Garoppolo was playing at high efficiency. Again, he executed the plays. He got the ball out to all the weapons. Everybody. It was phenomenal. Phenomenal, man. Jimmy said feels great in Spanish. I love it. I love it, man. You got to love it. Jimmy, man. You can't hate the guy. He came out this season. They thought he was gone. He thought he was gone. He said farewell, and he got his second chance, and he's making the most of it. Again, contract season. Got to love Jimmy. You know what? I got to respect Trey Lance making it out to the team. It was great to see him walking out there supporting his team. It was kind of a cool moment to see Trey out there. Good to see it, man. Good to see it, man. Ocho Cinco did the damn thing tonight. Kittle, man. Ocho Cinco was gassing them. This was the performance we wanted from Kittle, right? Everybody was upset. Everybody was upset about Kittle. He ain't getting production, and he came out tonight. This was a Kittle performance we wanted. I think that was a game that we needed. Again, so many weapons. They're figuring it out. I think Kyle Shanahan just took some time, and it's hard because you had CMC added to this offense. Debo was there. He missed a few. He missed a game with the hamstring. Kittle missed some games early in the season, right? Juwan had the hamstring injury. Obviously, Ayuk has been so consistent, but to get everybody on the same page and have Jimmy kind of work with everybody, it took some time. It took some time for them to kind of gel, and it finally happened. But it took some time, and this is only the start. If they can continue to play at this rate, this offense is going to be dangerous. This is the team we need to see. If they're going to play like the Chiefs. Let's say, bottom line, the Chiefs are the best team in the NFL. Let's just say, hypothetical. We're throwing this out there. If they got to play a team like the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, you got to be able to score like this. This is how you got to be able to score. They were just a dynamic offense. And the defense, man, they played phenomenal. This is the perfect game that the Niners could play. They can even get better, which is crazy. Just got to keep working. Just got to keep getting hot, hotter. Just got to keep getting hotter. And now we got, some big games coming up. It doesn't stop here. They got to keep going. They got to keep going, man. But phenomenal game. Phenomenal win. Phenomenal win, man. Good stuff. I'm excited. There he is. What's up, Lock? Big Lock in the house.
Baby, throw up them dubs.
What a dub, man. How you feeling, bro?
Feeling great. This is what I wanted to see. This is what we all wanted to see.
Oh,
the
man.
offense, clicking, the rhythm, moving the ball, not settling for field goals. You love to see it, man.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want to see. You want to see this team go out there, score, finish drives, because they've been able to get to the red zone, but they can never finish the drive. And tonight it was like, okay, we're going to finish the drive. I think they just figured out how to use their weapons. You use CMC in space, you get him outside, you let him do his CMC, you just give him the ball, he's going to create. And then Kittle, if you could get him on the mismatch on the linebacker, just throw it over the middle. Nobody's stopping him. And then Ayuk, he's going to route every cornerback up. And then you got my man Debo. You just use him like they used him tonight. Slant over the middle. You got to put him in the motion and then do the little tosses.
Didn't the offense seem like Kyle, like after those first couple of drives, you see Kyle, like I was happy because obviously we're a run. We want to run the ball. But if there's stuff in the box, you throw the ball, they're not gonna be able to stop those little routes. You know what I'm saying? Like Christian McCaffrey, whether he's catching it, whether it's Debo, whether it's Ayuk, but they're not gonna stop those 5-6 yard gains. You let your playmakers get out in space and create and get you those first downs. And then when you get down into the red zone, he's not just like hell bent on, all right, we gotta like run it in, we gotta push. Let Jimmy. I mean, every touchdown was Jimmy threw it in, right? Like it was a Jimmy throw. So he's capable of doing it. I just love to see it happen. Hopefully, the offense, Kyle and the whole team will have more confidence going forward. Like, look, we can throw this ball, we can slang this thing around, not carelessly, but do it when we get in the red zone. You know, because that's the only way you're gonna make these teams play you. You know what I mean? Because I'm not gonna go for too long, but like everybody was like, "Yo, Arizona's weak against the run. They're weak against the run." Yeah, they're weak against the run, but if they stack the whole fucking team in the box, you know what I mean?
Well, that's what stop the run. And that's what we said all week. We said, okay, what's the problem in the red zone? It's everybody knows they're gonna run the ball, so they're just gonna stack it, and you're gonna be stagnant. Let Jimmy throw it at least once or twice. If he messes up, then okay, yeah, guess what? You go back to what's working. But if you can actually throw the ball, you're going to keep them off, you're going to keep them off guessing. And they're going to be like, okay, maybe they can't throw the ball. And that's exactly what it was tonight. They trusted Jimmy, and he was dealing, man. When he was on, he was on. And then they stacked the box, boom, pass. And then when they go back, you run up them. And that's what you need to do. You have to have the threat of the pass. And you have to, and that's exactly what they did. They opened up the playbook. They let Jimmy throw the ball, and he cooked, man. And he trusts these guys. I feel like CMC, someone in the comments said it, that CMC was the difference maker. Absolutely, CMC's been the difference maker because he gives Jimmy that extra layer of confidence. He's that check down guy because Jimmy's going to check it down a lot, and it's okay. But if you get it to a guy like CMC, you check it down to him, he might get you 15 yards, and you go, oh god,
he's going to get that first down.
Yeah.
He's going. I mean, I feel like everything he did was pretty much like a first down.
Almost, man. I got a comment here from Sacktown Izzy on YouTube. He says keep Womack in the slot. I liked what I saw out of Womack in the slot. I think he's the young rookie that's scrappy. He played good in special teams, but man, he looks good in the slot. I love Jimmy Ward. I think you got to move him back to safety. You know what?
I think like Jimmy Ward is such a tough. It's such a tough. I would love to hear what ED thinks.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Yeah. Because Jimmy is so he's the veteran player. He's smart. He's headsy. Like he gets that interception. But there was some plays I was like, yo, what is Jimmy doing? Like, what, you know what I'm saying? Like. But he makes up for it. He makes plays, but he doesn't have that same burst as like some of the younger guys. You know what I'm saying? Even when Diamador was playing that slot early on, we still had E-Man out there at the other, corner. So, but it's like you want Jimmy out there. So yeah. So you're saying moving back, but
Gibson played well too. On the, I mean, that's the thing. Gibson played good, so he's earning his keep because he knows. Gibson knows he's the veteran that was supposed to be coming in and just biding his time. He's like, yo, I'm going to make the most of my opportunities. And Gibson's played well, so you can't hate on him. Like, he's making the most of his opportunities. It's a good thing to have because now you got a guy stepping up. Jimmy Ward's the veteran leader. He plays good, when he's improving in the slot, but he's not a slot cornerback, obviously. He's a safety.
He's not.
But Womack shows, promise. He's young. He's learning. He's definitely the future at that position. Like, he's showing us. Lenore played good early on, man. I like what I saw out of Lenore through the game. They were attacking Mooney, with the hamstring, so they were going right at him. with D-Hop early. But,
D-Hop.
bro, he was killing him at first. But you know what?
D-Hop, I'm like,
they made the adjustments, man.
All turned around.
Yeah, he was going at him, but he was pointing. Yo, that was the turning point. And when he was pointing at them, he was like laughing at him. Yeah. And then the next, like 2 plays later, Jimmy Ward gets the interception. That right there, game change, momentum, turnover. Around. And I think that gave the defense like the momentum. And they were like, okay, we got this, man. We got this. Wow.
Yeah. No, man, you love to see it, bro. You love to see, everybody. I think you were saying it earlier. You love to see them spread the ball around because everybody's like, obviously we weren't putting up a ton of points the last couple. We were still winning, but we weren't putting up a ton of points. But everybody's like, yo, why isn't Kittle involved? Why? But you just love to see like all these guys get involved.
Oh yeah, man. The whole squad was like he was distributing the ball to everyone. I was like, oh man, and it made me so happy. Like just seeing Jimmy out there getting the ball everywhere to everybody because he got all these weapons and everybody's like, oh, but the quarterback can't deliver it. Yo, he delivered, man. At the end of the day, there should be no slander on Jimmy. He got the ball to wherever he needed to get it, man. And that was it. That's what you got to do. If you're a game manager, you put the ball to the guy's hand. But he made big plays. Like he stepped up in the pocket. I mean, he improvised. Like the touchdown to Kittle, that first touchdown. Pocket collapsed, runs up. I was like, what's he doing? And he just dimes it. And I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. Like to have the confidence to make that pass.
Is he gonna try to run? Is he gonna try to run to get this? And when he just like, like he threw the ball.
I was like, I was like, holy smoke! And I see Kittle darting, and I'm like, Kittle over the middle, bro. That play was insanity, bro. Oh my God!
You love to see. That's 2 weeks in a row. Jimmy does something kind of off script, and pushes the ball down the field, man.
You gotta love that, man. That's. Someone in the comments, Charlie, says that's something Mahomes would have done with Kelsey. 100%. That's like a Mahomes to Kelsey move. Unscripted, step up, improvise, dot. Because then you see the defense coming in. They're we're gonna eat this man alive, and he just throws it, and they're like, whoa, because this defense,
great instincts.
Defense probably was like Jimmy did. They was probably like, whoa.
Yeah, great instincts, man. And I think that like. When Jimmy first came in, when he came back after Trey got hurt, he comes in, he's slinging around that first game. And then obviously the Denver game, they're all out of whack. Kyle, they've been practicing with Trey the whole year, the whole offseason. It takes time. They win a couple games, they lose a couple games. But I think now we're just starting to see that rhythm develop, that comfortableness. All the weapons are healthy now. The offensive line is more healthy. Like everything is starting to kind of like mesh together, yeah, man, it's going in the right direction.
Cooking, bro. Like, that was a good win. Like that was a good win because other games we won by the skin of our teeth. That was a complete victory, like top to bottom. They came out. Arizona tried to test them because this was a tough game for Arizona. This was like basically season on the line. They had to come out hard. They had to come out tough. And I knew they were going to play tough. They were going to push it. They were going to make their most. And I knew it'd be close for a little bit. But I was wondering, and this is the key, can the 49ers make the adjustments and pull away? And that's exactly what they did because they're going to be in a lot of close games to start. But it's all about second half adjustments. And that right there was exactly what they did. 3 games in a row, they shut a team out in the second half. And that just shows you D'Amico Ryans, man. He learned. He's like, okay,
he's on his shit. He's on his game.
Yeah, you might have beat me in the first half, but okay, we're gonna learn. If you're gonna go on that play, I'll figure it out the next play, and the next half, and that's exactly what you want because you might like I get it. It's frustrating because people are like, oh my God, what is going on? Niners are gonna get turned up, and I'm like, the first half of a game, teams are figuring each other out. It is a chess match, and you see, okay, they got the best of us on that play. If they keep doing it and you keep failing, then yeah, you're not a good team. But if you can learn from that, and when they come around that second half and you make those adjustments and you stop it, that shows me that you've got the talent, you got the coaching.
Eric Davis said earlier, Kyle, the offense did the same thing in the second half.
Yeah.
They made adjustments. He saw what was happening. He changed. He's like, okay. And he didn't hesitate, man. He's like, okay, we're gonna move this we're gonna move this ball around, we're gonna throw this rock. Like they want to try to stop the run, even though they couldn't really stop the run, but I feel like in the second half because Jimmy was completing passes, we were getting what we needed. It made the run that much more effective, you know?
Yeah. It was crazy, man. I couldn't believe it, man. And that's exactly what it was. Is when you can throw efficiently, your run game's going to go crazy. And their run game's already good. So now it's even better because now you have the threat of the pass. And that was the whole offseason. That was the whole reason they were going for a quarterback, right? So you have the threat of the pass. Jimmy's pushing the ball down the field. Now you got to respect it. He just had a 4-touchdown game. Now you got to respect this man and his throwing ability, because if you don't, they're going to show you that they're going to rip it off. And then if you do try to stop the pass, they're going to run it all over you, because this team can run it if they need to. 41 times last game they ran the ball, and look at I love how they did this with Elijah Mitchell. It's okay, CMC getting the ball. I had so many people text me, why aren't they using Elijah Mitchell? I said, it's the first. Just wait, man. Second half comes out, they went Elijah, fresh legs, man, and he was churning them out, those yards out.
That is such a luxury, dude, to have Elijah Mitchell and Christian McCaffrey. Like, come on, man. Like, how do you prepare for that?
You can't. It's a dynamic dude. They just have to stay healthy. But the way that they're utilizing them, they're rotating.
ED said, also remember the Cardinals suck.
Yeah, Eric Davis just trying to humble us. He says the Cardinals suck. I get it.
He's absolutely right, but the 49ers did what they were supposed to do to a whack team.
If they're a bad team, you have to blow them out, and that's exactly what they did. That's exactly what they did. Yo,
you're absolutely right, ED.
Like, yeah, 100%. Yo, I want to shout out.
That's what you're supposed to do.
I got to shout out the fans in Mexico, bro. They brought the energy. Like, you could see it just steaming off the TV. I was like, oh, my God, I wish I was there. Like, that energy was insane, bro.
It was insane. Yeah, that place looked lit. I'm glad that rain stopped, too. I was like, damn, it's raining.
It rained in the beginning, but it wasn't, like, too much.
Yeah.
I saw the weather report. It said it was going to be lightly raining, but it stopped up. But, yeah, that rain in the middle, it was a little scary.
It was affecting the game a little bit at the beginning, bro. Like
It was. And you know what? We talked about Jimmy being so good. Shout out. So Roa says the O-line allowed 0 sacks. And that's the key. When Jimmy has time, when your quarterback protected and he's clean and his face continues to look nice, he's going to be able to find the open receiver. And that's what it was. The O-line, man. Shout out to the O-line. He played so good today. They played so good. Trent Williams, Brendel, Aaron Banks, you know, the whole Mike McGlinchey played good today. They all played good.
Hey, I didn't hear his name, so that means he's good.
That's 100%.
I didn't hear nobody's name. You know,
100%.
That means you're doing what you're supposed to do. Yeah. Now, this was a great win. I know you saw those games yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Cowboys, they destroyed
the Vikings.
Minnesota. Destroyed Minnesota. What do you think that is? Does that say more about Minnesota? Does that say more about the Cowboys? Like, what do you think? What does that tell you?
You know, I kept saying, I don't know how Kirk Cousins is he's good. You know, the joke, he's, if the game's before noon, he's good, but he's a different quarterback. Like, I don't know if he's meant for primetime games. Like, Kirk Cousins
was that what time was that game?
It was an afternoon game. It wasn't like prime time, like 5, like Eastern, 5 Pacific, 8 Eastern, but it was still like not a morning game. It was an afternoon game.
It was
it was still a prime game because he's playing like a top opponent.
They're playing.
I just don't see Kirk Cousins taking a team to the Super Bowl. Like, he has a good offense. They got a new offense or a new coach. Like, they're better. It's a good team. I think the Vikings are a quality team. But Dallas, they do it a lot. They're inconsistent, I guess. I see them every year. They go, they peak, they play these games, and they're like, oh, they look great. Their defense is good. I'll give them that. Micah Parsons, he's a monster. I just feel like they're going to be inconsistent because they're not a physical beat-you-in-the-mouth team. I feel like that's a team in the playoffs. If they play a physical team like the Niners, they're going to get bullied, and that's the same thing that happened last year. I think the Cowboys are good.
Who do you think? Who is the team in the NFC?
I honestly think obviously if the 49ers stay healthy, they could be that team. The Eagles still, it's still going to run through them because they got the top record. But, man, they just don't look like – sometimes they look like, oh, they're so tough. But then sometimes it looks like – I don't know. And you know what? The factor is, I love Jalen Hurts, and he's having a great season. But will he be effective in the playoffs are another monster. Like these teams,
he's never. Well, he went there last year for a second, right?
Yeah, for like a hot minute. But that's the thing. Like none of these teams are battle tested. The Giants, if they make the playoffs, Danny Dimes has never played in the playoffs. The Giants is like they're on this magical run. They fell down to earth yesterday. Lions, Dallas. I think they're a team that falls apart in the playoffs. They're not built for that team. They're in a dome. If they have to play in cold weather, they're going to be falling apart. The Vikings, I think they're good, but I just can't see Kirk Cousins being that guy that takes a team all the way. And then you have
it just doesn't sound right?
Yeah, it just don't sound right. Like I think the Eagles are the toughest opponent because they're gonna have home field. That's a nasty crowd out there. They're good. I give the Eagles credit, but I just don't know how Jalen Hurts is gonna do.
It's hard to go to Philadelphia and play anyways. It's hard.
Yeah.
You know?
And Jimmy has to continue to play like this. If he can stay playing like this,
mistake free, no interceptions.
Yeah, man.
Wow. Yeah, man, it's definitely going to be. I mean, I just think 49ers. I think what was so great about tonight is that they handle business, obviously, in that it's a division of point. I mean, we're 4-0 in the division. We got to win this division.
Yeah.
We cannot play around.
We can't count out Seattle. We haven't talked about them.
You can't count out Seattle. That's why it was so important for us to win this game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we're undefeated in the division right now. So that's so important going into the last couple weeks of the season, you know?
Yeah, I agree, man. I'm telling you what, man. Seattle, that's going to be the fight. That's going to be the dog fight of the NFC, man. That right there is probably going to determine NFC West. Next? Off the top of my head, I don't remember.
Anybody know who Seattle?
If somebody knows who Seattle's playing, put it in the comments. I just don't remember right now.
I know their schedule ain't that. I mean, they still got the Chiefs. I know that. But I think they have to travel a little bit too, so that might help because they got to play the Chiefs in Kansas City and I think they got to play New Orleans in New Orleans. Do they play somewhere like away?
I'm not sure yet. The Raiders. Everybody's saying that they're playing the Raiders.
I know they're playing the Raiders.
Okay. They're playing the Raiders. That's an easy dub right there for Seattle.
Yeah, they should be able to take care of business.
Yeah. We got to stay up. We got to beat the Saints. The Niners have the Saints next. We got to stay up.
Short week.
Short week. Got no time to prep. You got to keep moving on. Keep moving on, baby.
At least they're at home, though.
That's it. Man, you know what? The Niners have a lot of home cooking next, too. A lot of games at home. You know what?
Yeah, we don't go. I'm just happy we don't go yet. We go to Seattle. That's the furthest we're going.
That's the furthest we go. Yeah. We got this, man. The Niners.
3 in a row, yeah.
They're looking good. 3 in a row, and they were good wins. And not only that, they shut out the team in the second half every 3 games. And you know what? S. Flood says the league has been put on notice. The league has been put on notice, man.
Monday Night Football, people are like, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Niners, they're coming into stride at the right time.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 straight home games. We have the Saints, Miami,
and then the Bucks.
Ooh.
Oh, good games. I can't wait for that Miami game. I'm going to that one. Sheesh.
Ooh. And Miami, those are gonna be 2 tough games, man. I'm glad they're at home.
Yeah.
I mean, 3. I mean, you can't overlook the Saints, but
man, Saints. Yeah, you can't overlook them. You still got to go out there and put it out on tape and do what you got to do. But victory.
Because the Saints, did they win last week?
No, they lost.
They won yesterday, right?
Did they win? I can't remember, man.
I think they did.
They're 4-7. Well, did they win last night? I can't remember. I've been sick all weekend, so I can't remember. My memory's a little hazy.
Yeah, man.
They beat the Rams. Yeah, they're right. Yeah, they beat the Rams yesterday. They beat the Rams.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So
yeah, they won. They won.
The Saints, they always play with pride.
They play tough, man, but I just don't think they have a good quarterback situation. If they had a better quarterback and their coach left on them this year, it's a tough season for them. But the Niners could come out and they should. So this is another team that the Niners should cakewalk like they did today. They should drop like at least 30 to 40 points.
That's what's going to be like. Can they got to stack these dubs.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
Because realistically, we should be 8-2, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? At the very least. So those early games, not taking care of business and get those.
Those were tough losses, man. They were tough, but you know what? Again, it's not how you start; it's how you finish. I feel like this team's starting to gain momentum, and it was a tough start. Everybody was I honestly think they were just not ready. They weren't. I don't think they trained. They ready. They were coming in hurt. A lot of injuries. Jimmy was rusty. I mean, he didn't really practice much this offseason. He was coming back from his rehab. Got to get on page with everybody, and now you see everybody's kind of getting on the same page. So as long as they can continue to finish out strong, it's good, man.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be a good week. Victory week, man. You
Victory
love it.
Monday.
Hop off of here, man. But I had to hop in and say what's up to you.
I appreciate you, my man. It was a good talk. Niners get the dub, and it's Victory Monday. And tomorrow is Victory Taco Tuesday.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, baby. Let's go.
All right, big dog.
All right, man. Take care, Locke.
Peace.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we had Locke, my boy Locke from, legend. The legend Locke. Let's stay on for a few more minutes, but, man, I'm excited. What a game. What a dub. Niners get a big-time game on Monday Night Football. And I think this was good because, like Locke said, it was in prime time, and the world got to see just how good we are. They were like, oh, okay, this team is wow. Because I don't think people really realized how great this team was until tonight. They were like, oh, man, like, look at the weapons. Debo, Ayuk, they came and performed in front of the world. And they came and performed in front of big-time stage in Mexico, in front of thousands of people watching. So this was a game that they needed to have. Big-time game. Come out and dominate the game. This was nice to see because now the media is going to be like, oh, the Niners. They're going to go crazy in the rankings. Whoo. You know what? This is going to be a good Thanksgiving week, baby. Love it, baby. I love it. You know what? And it's funny because everybody this morning, I'm still never going to get over that. Everybody was crying on the post. Colt McCoy. Come on, man. Colt McCoy is Colt McCoy. Last year, the team had Drake Kirkpatrick and Josh Norman at quarterback. Tonight, we get the win. It's Victory Monday. Celebrate. I'm hyped up. I need to get some rest at some point. I hope I get better, but hey, the victory always makes you feel better. I love it, man. Appreciate the support. Let's go, baby. Run it up. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Until next time, Niners get the dub. Escape Mexico with a dub. Vamos, 49ers. Let's go. Let's go. Not everybody. So a lot of people were crying in the post. That's all I'm going to say. Y'all have a good night. Bang, bang. Niner gang. What a game, man. What a game.